The all-new MX Master 3S along with the MX Mechanical keyboard that comes in two sizes, which I think is really thoughtful from Logitech. Although I do tend to go for smaller keyboards such as this one, but this time round I went with the 110 keys keyboard because I simply need the number pad. Now for the money, this can very much be the best mouse and keyboard setup that you can have. And from my experience, it has truly added to my workflow and helped to increase my productivity. So if you are a productivity freak like I am, then I would definitely recommend that you stick around for this one. I will also leave some timestamps below in case you want to skip to a different topic regarding both items. And before we start, if you enjoy my production, then I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. The MX Mechanical keyboard comes at a price of £169.99, which is fairly pricey to say the least, but whether it is actually worth the price tag, you'll have to wait and see as we explore this keyboard further. I think it is safe to say that mechanical keyboards are becoming more and more popular. In fact, when I'm typing for extensive hours, the mechanical keyboard comes in perfect clutch for those long essays and scripts for my YouTube videos. Honestly, I'm super stoked that Logitech have come up with this mechanical keyboard that comes with a modern and premium design, combined with its stellar functionality of course. In my opinion, I think it looks pretty neat with its two-tone grey keycaps, ensuring it fits well in every workspace out there. It has a total height of 26.1mm with the keycaps included, along with a width of 433.85mm and a depth of 131.55mm, meaning this is a fairly slim keyboard, which is in keeping with that modern look that Logitech's MX line of product has cultivated over the last few years. However, it does come at a weight of 828 grams, which I personally think is fairly heavy if you are looking to carry this around wherever you go. Instead, I would suggest you opt for the MX Mechanical Mini. The Logitech MX Mechanical has excellent build quality. Honestly, it has a really good premium feel when holding it. The top plate is aluminium while the chassis is made of solid plastic. The keycaps are ABS plastic with a soft coating that adds extra grip, which is good as ABS keycaps are prone to becoming slick from finger oil over time. In general usage they feel pretty good, but they do lack any form of texturing, which some may prefer. For most people, including myself, this isn't really an issue. However, it's worth mentioning that the important function keys on offer include both Windows and Mac functions, given that the MX Mechanical works with both macOS and Windows. The interface round the back of the MX Mechanical is kept simple and functional, with just a USB-C port for charging and an on and off button. On the underside are two flip-up feet which are pretty big and feel sturdy. When testing them out, they really do grip the keyboard really well. Do note though that these aren't multi-stage feet, so you can only flip them up to get one steeper angle for typing if that's what you prefer. In terms of design, it has been very well put together. With the Logitech MX Mechanical, you get a choice of 3 different forms of low profile switches. There's the option for either clicky, linear or tactile quiet. I ended up going for the tactile quiets, which are essentially a low profile form of brown switches, offering a shorter key travel with a soft textile bump around halfway down the key press. Although I was expecting them to sound a little quieter, there is no denying that they're a great all-round switch and work well when typing up emails or even indulging in some light gaming. With that shorter key travel, these low profile switches will be ideal for anyone used to laptop switches and wants to try out an equally slimline keyboard, just with a much more substantial key press than either pure domes or scissor actuated keys. I've always preferred full-size keyboards, but the appeal of low profile switches is one that seems to be growing stronger, especially with the growing appetite for mechanical switches. Alongside its decent switches, the MX Mechanical is able to connect up to 3 devices, with the same seamless switching as before, with it literally being at the touch of a button. Alongside this comes 2 modes of connectivity, with the MX Mechanical able to work with both Bluetooth and a USB wireless receiver. To connect via Bluetooth, you just press the FN key while holding one of the keys numbered 1 to 3 for each device. Once it starts flashing, your device will pick it up. You will then have to enter the code presented to you on the keyboard and you're all good to go. That wireless receiver is a little different compared to the one Logitech has used in the past. Their all new Bolt receiver is said to offer a much more stable connection with little to no chance of interference, given it connects via Bluetooth Low Energy as opposed to the more traditional 2.4 GHz standard. Although for me personally, there wasn't much of a noticeable difference. This keyboard is also compatible with Linux and Chrome OS alongside Windows and Mac OS, which is always good. In terms of layout, it's spot on. Since it's a full-size keyboard, it has a full complement of F keys, although its compact surface area means those aren't separated from the number keys below them. I didn't find that a problem, although some pickier users might. There's that full numeric keypad at its right hand extremity, and a set of arrow keys with plenty of space around them. To the left of that resides a collection of useful keys like Home, Insert and Delete. It's a slightly unconventional layout, but feels thoroughly logical and intuitive. One that Logitech are mostly known for is that their layouts are very much multi-purpose. For example, if you are switching between operating systems regularly, it's important to note that the keys have dual purposes. The Alt key becomes your Command key and your Start button becomes your Options key. Across the top of the keyboard, we have the keyboard's function keys that will enable you to adjust the screen brightness, volume, a dedicated emoji key, a quick screen capture button, and even media playback options. And I must say, I love the lock button that enables me to sign out of my page at the touch of a button. While it utilizes Logitech's Logi+options Software, there isn't too much in the way of features, apart from remapping the F key functions, the Insert, Delete, Home, End, Page Up and Page Down block, and the 4 keys above the numpad. This seems a little light in comparison to other keyboards at this price. I actually expected Logitech to offer the user some sort of flexibility when it comes to configuring the keys to the individual's liking, especially for this price point, but maybe we can expect to see that from Logitech in a future update. But then again, for me personally, it isn't much of a deal breaker. For lighting, the Logitech MX Mechanical once again keeps things simple and easy, with a plain white backlight helping to illuminate the keys and add a good contrast to the two-tone grey colouring of the keyboard itself. There isn't anything fancy about the backlighting here, which may not please some, but for those who just want to get their head down and get some work done, the MX Mechanical's white lighting is more than enough. The proximity sensors on this chassis are super responsive and I truly love that. When you are not typing, the backlight will automatically turn off, and as soon as the keyboard detects any type of hand movement, the backlight will automatically turn on, and I love how responsive it is. By pressing FN and the light bulb key, you get to cycle across multiple backlighting effects. This includes a start effect, breathe in effect, a reaction effect, so when you type you will see the key that was pressed, which is my favourite, and there's also much more, which begs the question on how this backlighting affects the battery of this keyboard. I've had this keyboard for just over a month now and the MX Mechanical's battery life has been impressive, with Logitech claiming you'll be able to get up to 10 months with the backlighting turned off before you would have to charge it. With the backlighting turned up to max brightness, you'll be getting around 2 weeks or so. And so far this is proving to be actually true, as I am yet to experience any real battery drain. But when it eventually does run out of battery, we can use the USB-A to USB-C cable provided, and once it's plugged in, it will flash green, indicating that it's charging. Of course, when you are done with the keyboard, don't forget to turn it off using the on and off switch to help you save more battery. Now, the only criticism that I can pull out is the lack of RGB lighting and the difficulty in knowing whether caps lock is on or not when the keyboard is operating at full brightness. But aside from that, this is a fantastic keyboard and worth getting if it's in your price range. It's comfortable, reliable, and the keyboard's shortcuts genuinely save you both time and effort. And with the holiday sales right around the corner, do keep your eyes open for any significant price drops. Without a doubt, Logitech's MX Master Series has long set the gold standard for productivity mice, and to really make the most of this keyboard, you really need to pair it up with the MX Master 3S. There have been some minor tweaks on this one, such as upgrading to an 8000 DPI sensor from a 4000 DPI sensor, changing to quieter but less tactile switches, and using a Logi+ dongle instead of a Logitech unifying receiver. But is it really worth the price of £120? The Logitech MX Master 3S is very well designed, with an ergonomic shape that includes a proper thumb rest and a classy, slightly textured rubbery finish that is a delight to the touch. Physically, it's exactly the same shape and size as its predecessor, the MX Master 3. As mice go, it's heavier than most, and it's quite large, but there's a reason for that. To put your hand into a more natural position than more conventionally shaped mice, with your wrist higher than usual. It presents an example of a clever ergonomic design, and it works, ensuring comfort throughout the most sustained use. The MX Master 3S boasts no fewer than 7 buttons, including a hidden one on the thumb rest. 2 assignable buttons reside just above your thumb and below the thumb roller. A button to the rear of the scroll wheel toggles between precision and freewheeling fast scroll modes, which is very handy when, for example, navigating through huge articles. While the MX Master 3S may look identical to its predecessor, it has one design difference which you perceive the moment you start using it. I think Logitech have really worked hard to make it operate silently, and its 2 main buttons which previously clicked now make no noise whatsoever. The 2 milled steel wheels are totally silent too, in normal use. And both wheels have the perfect amount of resistance, and like the rest of the mouse, are a pleasure to use. On the underside, you'll find an on and off switch and a button that enables you to switch between 3 devices at a time, one via the Logi+ wireless dongle and the other 2 via Bluetooth. Connecting this device is very seamless as well. To connect via Bluetooth, you simply press this button right here until the light starts flashing, and your device should be able to detect it. Another big specification change for the MX Master 3S in comparison with its predecessor is that its resolution has been raised from 4000 dpi to 8000 dpi, which in practice won't mean a huge amount unless you pair it up with a multi-monitor setup. In general, it has all the resolution required to give it both the precision and responsiveness you need. The new 8000 dpi sensor, according to Logitech, allows it to operate effectively on any surface, which makes it perfect to have on the go. Pairing the MX Master 3S with the Logi+options Software gives you fine control over the MX Master 3S. The software is intuitive with impressively useful features and is actually pleasant to use. As well as giving you fine adjustment over how quickly the mouse tracks, it lets you assign its buttons to different tasks on each software you use on a daily basis. In my case, it would be Premiere Pro and After Effects, as they are my go-to editing softwares. Honestly, these customizations are what makes Logitech one of the few hardware manufacturers to have a proper appreciation of the importance of a fully compatible supporting software. Whether you're a developer, a creative professional, an office worker, or a student, having a better mouse can help you get more done in less time. Although it is pricey, but I think it is appropriately priced for a top-of-the-line productivity mouse. However, if you already have an MX Master 3, the upgrades probably don't provide a compelling enough reason for you to upgrade, and you may not even be a big fan of the quieter buttons. And the good thing with Logitech items is that they are often on sale, so be sure to keep a lookout for any price drops. As usual, I will leave a link in the description below for both of these devices. Do leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video so we can hopefully beat the YouTube algorithm. I've been Ryan, and I will hopefully catch you guys on the next one. Take care.